This is what we do. We investigate crimes against children via the internet, cell phone, any kind of apps like that. So I'm going to pass it over to my partner, and she can introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Detective Nayeli Vasquez. I work for the Fresno County Sheriff's Office. And kind of like she said, we work for the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. That's what my team focuses on, and those are the kinds of cases that we work. Go ahead and get started.
هم
If
بي
this works. Trying to work now.
فهم بيبحثوا عن الجرائم بتاع الفدرالية والستيت على ضد العيال في النت بكل أشكال. فهم ده اللي بيعملوه.
Okay. This presentation was put together by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
المحاضرة دي عملوها بحاجة اسمها National Exploited Children. زي organization كده تبع الضباط والبوليس الفدرالية والستيت.
Now, throughout the presentation, I'm going to say, you'll probably hear both of us say NECMEC for short, but that just means National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, okay?
فهتقول باختصار نكمك للorganization اللي هو الحروف للorganization National Exploited Children.
Now, the mission for NECMEC is to save missing children, to save them from being exploited, and to help teach and guide parents to learn. Now, here you'll see what's called NetSmart, and NetSmart is a program within the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
ففي حاجة اسمها نت سمارت بروجرام بيحاولوا يحفظوا للعيال وينتشروا للعيال مين اللي ناقص مين اللي مش موجود والحاجات بتاع النت تبع العيال.
You can go online here and find resources, videos to teach your kids, and as well for you as adults to learn about digital responsibility.
فالويب سايت ده فيها حاجات تساعدكم عشان تتعلموا على الحاجات للعيال وتحفظ العيال ازاي والكلام ده في النت.
Now here you'll see these are just some of the kinds of devices that kids use to go online. You might say, oh, my kid doesn't have a computer or my kid doesn't have a cell phone, but they still have access to those kinds of devices at school or by a friend.
فيمكن الناس ما عندهم عيال ما عندهمش سيلفون بس لسه عندهم قدروا يخشوا في النت بتليفونات آخرين أو كمبيوتر أو أي حاجة يعني.
So technology on cell phone computers is constantly changing. So part of our jobs is to keep up with that technology, and because these kids, they're smart with the technology and always finding a way to gain access to it.
فالعيال شاطرين بيعرفوا ازاي يخشوا في التكنولوجيا في التليفونات وكل حاجة يعني.
So show of hands, how many of you guys' kids like to use social media that you guys know of?
كم واحد بيستعمل العيال سوشيال ميديا؟
Yeah, what are they using? Do you know?
استعملوا ايه؟
Snapchat, Instagram? What else? YouTube? Yes. TikTok? Video games? Yes, that's correct. They're using all of that. And on all those sites, they can access, chatting with other people, not only their friends, but maybe other gamers, streamers, things of that sort.
فبيخشوا يكلموا مع بعض في الجيمز وفي السناب شات والحاجات اللي في النت يعني.
يعني الحاجات كل اللي انت اتكلمت فيها دي اكسس ان هم يتكلموا مع
The biggest thing I would like for you guys to take away from this presentation today is communication with your children.
أكتر حاجة عايزنا نستفاد بيها تتكلموا مع عيالكم في المواضيع دي.
Communication with your children is huge, especially when it comes to, you know, allowing them to be on these social media sites, on these gaming things, because we want to teach these kids to be able to learn to come to their parents when an issue arises.
هم عايزين العيال يكونوا واثقين في أهليهم ويقدروا يكلموك في الحاجات اللي بيحصل معاهم في النت في الجيمز وفي حاجات مشاكل يعني بتحصل في النت.
For those of you that know like the kinds of games that your kids play, or maybe if you don't know, ask them, find out what games they're playing, who they like to talk to, what they're talking about. Knowing things like that is very important.
فمهم تعرف أصحابهم مين وبيتكلموا مع مين في النت وفي الجيمز واللعب وحاجات زي كده عشان تعرفوا بيعملوا ايه.
So a lot of these kids, they're not online to, you know, get into trouble. They're online to play. However, there's other people out there that when they start talking to them, kind of start to lead them down, maybe an inappropriate, you know, some kind of inappropriate content, or asking personal questions like where they're from, what city they live in, what school they go to, their age, and things like that.
فهو العيال بيحبوا يلعبوا جيمز في النت بس في ناس ممكن يتعبوهم ويسألوا حاجات خصوصية ليهم يعني شخصيا فدي طبعا توديهم بطريق غلط.
هو برضه على اذنك يا توني، هو العيال لما بتلعب بيقول لما بتلعب ما بيركزوش في الحاجات دي كلها، بيبقوا مش واخدين بالهم من الشاتنج، لكن هم مجذوبين الناس التانية الطرف التاني يفضلوا يسألوا فيهم أسئلة معينة، اديني بياناتك، أو يبعتوا لهم صور مش حلوة، صور بتاع ده، ويخليهم جدا involved.
Kind of going back to communication, and I think we might touch on it a little bit more, but talking to your kids and talking to them about things that they should not post. Like, it's okay to share your favorite food, favorite color, favorite book, favorite movie, things like that. But it's okay, you don't want to share, you know, your address, your school, and more personal information, especially with somebody online, because when it's online, it's accessible to more than just those two people talking. And you don't know who's on the other side of that screen looking at what, you know, your kid is sending this individual.
خد بالكوا يعني عشان العيال ما يعملوش شير على حاجات برايفت، عناوين وتاريخ مثلا تاريخ ميلادهم، حاجات شخصيا ليهم عشان الناس يعرفوا حاجات عنهم، فدي تضرهم طبعا. فممكن يتكلموا في حاجات عام زي كتب زي افلام حاجات زي كده، بس محدش عارف مين الناحية التانية اللي بيسمع في النت وكده وبيشوف العيال.
So you might think maybe your, you know, 3, 4-year-old, 5-year-old are too young and they're not getting into it, but the truth is you can start talking to them about things like this at a young age. And then here on the TV you'll see, you know, kind of what to talk about, not trusting everyone you meet online, pop-ups, passwords. And then as they get older, you know, you want to start talking about cyberbullying. Maybe cyberbullying, I mean, it's not very new, but it's happening a lot more. Sexting, and again, posting, you know, personal information or inappropriate information, and meeting somebody who they're talking to online, meeting them offline.
فأما يكبروا لازم الأهالي يبقوا حريصين على المعلومات، وإزاي العيال يبقوا حريصين مثلا ما يبصوش على حاجات مناظر مش كويسة، باسوردز، ما يبقوش واثقين في كل واحد يعني اللي يقابلوهم في النت. العيال وما يكبروا يا خدوا بالكم العيال ممكن يتهدوا من ناس تانيين في النت، يعكسوهم يتعبوهم، أو حاجات مناظر جنس، صور مناظر وحشة، أو العيال يحطوا حاجات شخصيا في النت، يعملوا بوست حاجات معلوماتهم، حاجات بيوتهم، حاجات نفسهم، أو للأخطر حاجة بقى حد في النت عايز يقابل حد تاني، عايز يقابل العيال، يعملوا جرايم معاهم، يعملوا حاجة في الجنس أو حاجة وحشة.
Okay, now we're going to go over inappropriate content. So things your children may be coming across that you're not aware of or you are aware of and think they're not looking at or getting sent links to is pornography, excessive violence, hate speech, risky or illegal behaviors.
فممكن العيال للأسف يبصوا وانتم متعرفوش بيبصوا على ايه، ممكن مناظر جنس، فيديوهات، أفلام، صور وحشة، أو عنف جامد يعني، أو كراهية، كلام كراهية في النت، أو أي حاجة تانية ممكن يتعبوهم وكده ويحطوا حاجات في دماغهم.
Now I know you think they may not be coming across it, but it is there. We see it every day. Suspects and predators are secretly putting it in videos on kids' YouTube channels, and while you're monitoring it, it may look innocent, but they do put clips in between some of those videos. So it could pop up on your computer, their gaming system, their laptop, email, whatever it may be. This is available to them. So what we're trying to teach you is how to monitor it and teach them how to be responsible, because only they can prevent what they're looking at on these devices.
ففي حاجات بتحصل ما بين فيديوهات زي كليبس ومناظر ممكن تطلع وهم بيشوفوا الجرائم دي كل يوم، والمجرمين بيعملوا حاجات زي كده، بيحطوا حاجات في اليوتيوب، بيحطوا حاجات في الفيديوهات في الجيمز، اعلانات وحشة، مناظر وحشة. فلازم العيال والاهالي يبقوا حريصين من نفسهم عشان انتوا تاخدوا بالكم منهم وبيعملوا ايه.
Now, how should you respond to this? First off, don't frighten them. If they're reporting something to you that they've seen online, it's not their fault. You should be proud that they're coming to you and telling you, this is what I came across, what do I do? Stay calm, don't yell at them. Tell them it's not their fault. You don't want them thinking it's their fault and you're punishing them. Just remind them. Answer questions. They are curious. You don't want to keep it a secret of what's online. You want to protect them, but you also want to teach them that it is out there and what to do when they come across it. Help them report it on the social media apps, the websites. There's always somewhere you can report crimes that are happening, things that are coming across on the kid websites that shouldn't be there. YouTube Kids is great at flagging videos, so help them and teach them how to report it.
فما تخوفهمش لو هم وروك حاجة في النت أو شافوا منظر وحش، ما تخوفهمش، خليهم يحسوا انتوا يعني بتسمعوا كويس هم بيقولوا ايه والكلام ده، وأقول لهم ده مش بسببكم، ده حد حط حاجة غلط في النت، فلازم تاخد بالك منهم، وبعدين تجاوب الأسئلة بتاعهم وتحاول تخليهم يبلغوا للappropriate ويب سايت أو appropriate يوتيوب أو أي حاجة بتاع السوشيال ميديا عشان تقولوا انتوا شفتوا حاجة مش كويسة فيها.
Now again, I grew up in a church family, a Hispanic family, and we didn't talk about these things. We didn't talk about sexual things. We didn't talk about what's on the internet. You need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable because kids are going to come across it. They just are. It's out there. We can't protect them from everything. What you can do, like I said, is don't frighten them. Reward them for coming to you and showing you something that shouldn't be on their tablet or their gaming system. A good example I have a 5-year-old. She has an iPad. We watch her when she's watching kids' YouTube, but things slip by kids' YouTube. She came across a video of Peppa the Pig. It's a popular cartoon. getting shot at with a machine gun. So right away she runs to me and says, "Mama, what is this?" And she's laughing, and I said, no, that's not good, that's bad. That should not be on your video. So she was scared because she thought she was getting in trouble, but I reminded her, it's not your fault, thank you for telling me. And next time you see it, tell me again, and we'll flag it like it shouldn't be there. So what did she do? A couple weeks later, she came across something else similar, and she runs over to me, look what I found, this shouldn't be here. So that's a good example of teaching your kids, like, hey, you don't have to be scared to report it to us. Come to us, talk to us about it, and we'll figure it out, and we'll report it to who we have to report it to.
فبتقول هي كانت متربية في كنيسة كاثوليك فهي عندها عيل صغيرة وكانت شافت حاجة كرتون بيضربوا بالرصاص في الكرتون فهي راحت لأمها وقالت بصي يا أمي أنا شفت كذا وكذا فطبعا هي مناقشة كانت بتناقش معاها وتقول لها ده طبعا ده غلط ده المفروض ما تبقاش موجودة وشاطرة انت قلت لي بقول المرة الجاية لو حاجة زي كده تحصل وكان لازم تبقى يعني في حوار ما بينك وبين العيال ويعني تعودهم عشان هم قالوا لك من الأول يعني ما تخوفهمش من يبلغوك يعني عشان تكون عندكم وثق في بعض.
What should they do if they come across anything inappropriate? Turn off the screen, use the back button, tell a trusted adult, which could be you or a teacher, report it to the website or app, and report it to the cybertipline.org, which will go over documents we have for you guys.
فيعملوا ايه بقى وشافوا مناظر دي يطفوها يدوسوا الباك باتن في الويب بيج او يبلغوا في ويب سايت معين تبلغ الحاجات دي فيها.
Also talk about what not to post and what they shouldn't be posting online or on social media. Inappropriate or illegal behavior, offensive language, threats of violence, underage drinking or drug use, hate speech. So you also have to teach them what they should avoid posting online for other children to see.
فانت كمان احنا لازم نعلم العيال ما يعملوش بوست على حاجة وحشة او منظر وحش او حاجة ضد القانون او كلام اسلوب مش حلوة او كلام وحش او عنف او اي حاجة المخدرات وبالذات تحت السن المعين للالكحول والحاجات دي وكلام كراهية يعني للناس.
What can you do? Again, like Detective Vasquez had said, connect with them, talk to them about what they're into, what games they like. I know the older teens don't want to hang out with mom and dad anymore, but they do get excited still if you want to play on their Xbox or their PlayStation. You might not know what you're doing, but they appreciate that and they respect that you want to play with them and see what they're doing. You don't have to make it where it looks like you're spying on them or you don't trust them. Have fun with it. Go online with them. Go on YouTube and check out what they're looking at. So connect with them in that way. Learn about the apps they're using. Different social media apps for the older kids. There's so many different ways they can use it. Privacy settings out there for teens. So learn about each app or gaming system your kids are using. Also the devices that you're buying them. Cell phones have some restrictions on them. You can change privacy settings, laptops, iPads. There's different ways that you can learn how to protect your children. Not so much of software. I know parents want, I want to use this software to spy on them. There's ways around that, and suspects will teach them ways to get around that. So your best thing is to communicate with your children and learn what they're doing.
فأحسن حاجة الحوارات مع العيال ونتكلم مع العيال على بيعملوا ايه وبيبصوا على ايه وحتى ممكن تبني علاقة معاهم في اللي بيعملوه في الجيمز يعني مثلا يلعبوا اكس بوكس بلاي ستيشن حاجات دي تلعبوا معاهم وبنفس الطريقة انت يعني بتراقب من بعيد بيعملوا ايه بالظبط وبيخشوا في ايه. العيال هيبقوا مبسوطين عشان انتوا بتقدروهم وبتقعدوا معاهم وبتكلموهم وكده بس اكتر حاجات دي الكلام اكتر من اي حاجة تاني من المراقبة يعني في ممكن سوفت وير بروجرامز بيستعملوها الاهالي لكن بتقول في المجرمين بيعرفوا يخشوا حوالين السوفت وير ده او يعلموا العيال يخشوا حواليها عشان يعملوا الحاجات اللي مش كويسة. فأكتر حاجة تتكلموا مع العيال، وطبعا في settings في التليفون تقدر تظبطوا على حاجات سن معين، أفلام معين ممكن تستعملوا الحاجات دي.
Now, online privacy. Talk to your children what's okay, what's not okay, kind of pictures they're posting, videos they're taking. I know TikTok's a big thing for teens. Communicate with them what's okay and what the boundaries are. You can't just rip the internet away from them. They're going to get access to it somehow. So communicate with them what you're okay with and what the boundaries are.
فتكلم معاهم على الحدود يعني ما بين العيال واللي يخشوا في ايه في النت بالظبط. مش كل حاجة يخشوا فيها ويتفرجوا عليها، بس تدلهم حدود في كل حاجة يعني، فيعرفوا ايه الحاجات الشخصية ما ينفعش. بس هيخشوا في النت هيخشوا، فما تقدرش تمنعهم ان يخشوا، بس لازم تبقى حاجات يعني واضحة، ده ما ينفعش ما تخشش في دي، يعني لازم حوارات وكلام معاهم.
Talk to them about personal information that they shouldn't be giving out. Make sure they're not giving out passwords, their home address, sharing their location. On certain apps, you are able to share location with people. Sometimes they might not even know it's on, but suspects will use that to find where they are at. So make sure you talk to your kids about that. Giving out their cell phone number or their email address. Just remind them and give them guidance on what they should not be sharing, because not only does it affect them, it can also affect your family if someone does happen to go to your house.
فتفكرهم نحن نفكر العيال ما يحطوش حاجات خصوصية في النت، باسوردز، عنوان البيت، من المكان اللي هم فيها. في ابس بيعملوا شير على المكان او اللوكيشن اللي انتوا فيها، فدي خطر عشان هم لازم يفهموا ده ممكن اي واحد مجرم يعرف احنا فين وعائلتنا فين وعايشين فين والكلام ده، فدي خطر. فكمان ما يعرفوش، لازم يعرفوا يبقوا حريصين من الكلام ده، ما يدوش المعلومات دي ولا نمرة تلفونهم ولا الايميل كمان، يعني كل ده خطر للعيال والاهالي.
Risk of sharing personal information. Detective Natalie went over a little bit. Identity theft, online scams, hacking, online enticement, and sextortion. So again, just communicate with them about what they should not be giving out over the internet.
فدي انواع من الجرائم يعني اللي بتقول عليها، يعني ممكن يسرقوا معلوماتك، يسرقوا فلوس، يحطوا حاجات شخصية عنك في النت، يقول ادوني مثلا كذا مليون عشان وانا مش هبعت الصور للناس مثلا، فالصور بتاعك، فالناس بيضحكوا على الناس في النت، فلازم يبقوا حريصين جدا المعلومات اللي هم بيحطوها في النت.
Again, I went over a little bit of what you can do. Go over the rules, how to report it. We'll go over that at the end and give you info on how to report things. Help them set their privacy settings. Help them create strong passwords and talk about friends list. Again, communicate with them that it's not them you don't trust, it's the people out there on the internet that you don't trust. And you know that they're going to do the right thing and make responsible choices, but you want to help them learn and teach them how to do that. So again, just make it an activity as a family to do that. And don't make it seem like it's a punishment, because that's not what it is. You're protecting them.
فلازم تقول لهم يعملوا ايه وما يعملوش ايه، ده حاجة choices يعني اختيارات، وتقولوا القوانين ايه حتى تدوا ايه في النت ولو مش ما تدوش ايه في النت، ويعرفوا ازاي يبلغوا مين بالظبط. وكمان على privacy الحاجات في التليفونات والويب سايت والحاجات دي يعرفوا تعمل حدود limits وحاجات دي، نساعدهم يعملوا strong password قوي وحاجات دي، بس تعرفوا هم يعرفوا ده مش بتعاقبهم في اي حاجة، بس بتعودهم على الحاجات عشان يبقوا safe في النت.
Okay, now we're going to talk about sexting. Who here knows what sexting is?
مين عارف موضوع سكستنج دي؟ حد عارف يرفع ايده؟
Sexting? Do you guys know what that is?
حد عارف هي ايه معنى سكستنج؟ لا مش سكستنج يعني ايه؟
Who knows what it is?
مين يعرف هي معناها ايه؟
Yeah, right? So that's, like you said, it's already defined there. So believe it or not, your kids are doing this. And it doesn't have to be a fully nude photo. It can be a partially nude or some kind of inappropriate photo. But like you see here, studies show that kids are doing this.
فالعيال يعني لازم تصدقوا بيبعتوا صور، أغلبية العيال بيبعتوا صور عن نفسهم، بيصوروا نفسهم وبيبعتوها للآخرين، ممكن مناظر عريانة أو جزء عريان من غير هدوم يعني، ودي طبعا مشكلة كبيرة.
And here you'll see some of the reasons why kids aren't doing this. Maybe they think it's funny, or they're doing it as a joke. Maybe they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and they're trying to impress, them. So it's not only that they're doing it themselves, it could also be that they're receiving these types of images from others. Peer pressure is huge, especially I'd say more middle school and older. Kids fall under peer pressure because they want to be cool with their group of friends.
فليه العيال بيبعتوا مسجات بالصور المناظر بتاعهم يعني صورهم؟ عشان يبقى حاجة فاني يضحكوا، أو ممكن على بوي فريند أو جيرل فريند، أو ممكن عندهم ضغط من الجروب من العيال، أو هم بيختبروا العلاقات والحاجات الجنس والحدود.
The consequences of sexting. Kids think just because they shared it on Snapchat, it disappears. However, that's not true. The person on the other side of the screen can easily take a screenshot, and now it's in their hands, and they sent it everywhere. So a lot of the times that can cause these kids to maybe feel humiliated. It could lead to bullying because if it's sent to, the kids that they go to school with, they can start being bullied. Blackmail is kind of where sextortion comes from. Hey, I have this nude picture of you, send me $50, I'm gonna send it to everybody at your school. That's what we consider sextortion. It can lead to discipline at school or even get us involved. Because if your child is under the age of 18, they are creating what we call child sexual abuse material, or otherwise known as child pornography. And that is a crime here in California, both state and federally. So.
فإن النتائج بتاع السكستنج ده اللي يبعتوا الصور حاجات كتيرة يعني، طبعا يتكسفوا، وطبعا الناس يهددوهم في المدرسة لو عرفوا، وفي ناس تانيين عيال تانيين يقولوا طب اديني الصورة بتاعك او ما تدنيش مثلا $50 انا هبعتها انتشرها لكل واحد يعني، او ممكن يتعاقبوا في المدرسة. وكمان دي جريمة نفسها، اي صورة تتبعت بالتكست مسج من سن 18 اقل من 18 سنة على صورة عيل عريان، دي جريمة نفسها، جريمة فدرالية ولا ستيت.
Pretty much like you've heard us say already, communicate with your kids, right? Go over, the consequences to these actions and what it can lead to, how they can be humiliated, maybe by friends, family, other people. So just educating not only yourselves, but them about these topics would be would be more beneficial than getting upset with your kids when something like this comes up.
فلازم يعني نتكلم مع العيال في المواضيع دي، مش عقوبة على طول، يعني نكلمهم عن النتائج اللي بيحصل في الموضوع السكستنج ده. وكمان يقولوا يعني نقول لهم ما يبعتوش المسجات دي لحد، وايه النتيجة ممكن تحصل، وايه اللي ممكن تحصل ليهم في المدرسة، ايه اللي ممكن تحصل ليهم مع البوليس، عشان ده طبعا جرايم طبعا يبعتوا حاجات زي كده. وايه اللي ممكن، وما يعملوش شير مع حد، ما يبعتوش مسج بتاع حد يعني من عريان لحد تاني، يعني حد مش لابس هدوم. طبعا الحاجات دي مش كويسة.
So when these kids they're online and they're maybe chatting with somebody that they don't know or they've never met, chances are they're a grown adult. And so what they'll do is they'll start grooming the kids. And grooming can be things like, you know, maybe offering to buy Roblox bucks or, you know, money online so that the kids can buy games or whatnot. It can be also the way they talk to them, maybe giving them more attention. And then slowly, you know, start introducing the inappropriate kind of content.
فالناس المجرمين بيعملوا ايه؟ بيحاولوا يكسبوا العيال، فيقولوا لك هم بيمثلوا هم عيال زيهم في نفس السن. فطبعا العيال بتاعنا مش عارفين ايه اللي بيحصل، بس شايفين اسم في الشات او اسم يوزر نيم او اي اسم، فيفتكروا ده عيل زيهم. وبعدين الكبار بقى يقولوا طب انا اديلك $50، اديلك مش عارف حاجات بوينتس في اللعبة بتاعتك، عشان بيحاولوا يشدوا العيال ليهم. اول لما يشدوا العيال ليهم وهم بيواثقين فيهم، بقى يخشوا يبعتوا يقولوا عايزين مناظر مش كويسة بتاعتكم، عايزين صورة، انا هبعت لك صورة بتاعتي، انت تبعت لي الصورة بتاعتك، وهكذا يعني.
And then here are some things that you can do along with, you know, checking who your kid is friends with online, who they're chatting with, if maybe they have a cell phone, who are they calling, who are they texting, are they receiving gifts, you know, maybe to the house. So now somebody that you don't know has your address. So those are some things that for you as parents to pay attention to.
فاحنا اهالي لازم نبص على الحاجات دي، العلامات دي، نشوف العيال حد بيدوم هدايات، حاجات نمرة unknown، اي حاجة على المعلومات عننا. يعني لازم احنا نبقى حريصين بيعملوا ايه بالظبط يعني. وبعدين لازم نخليهم يعني نشجعهم يكلمونا في الحاجات دي.
Okay, now we're going to go over what you can do. Talk to your child about relationships, set a policy about meeting offline for older teens, know your child's online friends, teach your child the warning signs, call the police if you need to, and report it to cybertipline.org.
فانتوا تقدروا تعملوا ايه؟ كلموا العيال على العلاقات، واعملوا باوندري ونظام. العيال ما ينفعش يقابلوا عيال مثلا اكبر منهم في السن، ولا انت يقابلوهم في النت، ما ينفعش يقابلوهم بره يعني. وتعرف مين اصحابهم اللي في النت، عشان كل العيال عندهم اصحاب في النت بيلعبوا جيمز وحاجات كده معاهم، او يكلموا معاهم في النت. لازم تعرفوا مين الاصحاب دول. وكمان تعرف ايه العلامات اللي ممكن يعني العيال يعني بيخش فيها. لازم تعرفوا العلامات دي هم بيظهروا بايه. وكمان طبعا لو في اي مشكلة ممكن تكلموا البوليس، او ممكن تبلغوا الويب سايت ده اسمه cybertipline.org.
Now, like Detective Vasquez was saying about grooming and the kids being online, they get offered gifts or money, online money. Keep an eye out for little things, like maybe they got a gift in the mail or they're rushing to go get the mail. That's a clue of my kid never wants to get the mail. Why do they want to go? So maybe someone's sending them something, gift cards, whatever it may be. You see something that you didn't buy them or your family didn't buy them. They may be getting gifts from someone online, grooming them. So there are things to watch out for.
فخدوا بالكم يعني العيال عندهم البيهيفير بيعملوا ايه. يعني مثلا مستعجلين عايزين يشوفوا البوسطة، ايه البوست اللي في الموجود في البوسطة النهاردة، وهم دايما مش بيبصوا على بوسطة خالص. طب يمكن حد بيبعت لهم هدية من بره، حد غريب. طبعا دي مش حلوة، دي اسمها جرومينج، عشان المجرمين اللي بيحاولوا يشدوا العيال بالانتهاك اللي هم عايزينها للحاجات المناظر وحاجات اللي مش كويسة. فلازم تاخدوا بالكم من الحاجات دي، يعني تفهموا بيعملوا ايه والبيهيفير بتاعهم ازاي، وخدوا بالكم من الحاجات دي.
Now, if they do come to you and report that someone is giving them gifts or they've been chatting with someone who wants them to take pictures they're not comfortable with, again, it's not their fault. Don't scold them and yell at them. Report it to law enforcement or to the cyber tip line. Kids are smarter than you think. So the teenagers, you think, maybe they're not listening to you, or internet safety speeches at school, but they do report things. So there's an example here where the suspect asked her, want to trade. She doesn't know what he's talking about, and he's asking for nude pictures. The child says no. He sends a photo, explicit photo, and she says, bye, you're gross, keep some clothes on, LOL. She stopped communicating with him, and she reported it to the cyber tip line. So kids are smart, and they do pay attention, and that's what we're trying to teach our kids to do in these situations.
ففي ده مثال، يعني اتنين بيتكلموا في النت، والراجل المجرم بيقول عايزين تبدلوا للعيل، فالعيل يرد يقول بدل ايه انا مش فاهم. فالتاني يقول حاجات زي صور عريانة، صور مناظر، وانا هبعت لك الاول. فهي طبعا العيل تقول لا وتضحك، وبعدين هو يرد ويبعت الصورة مش كويسة، والعيل طبعا تقفل معاها مع الشخص ده. فبعدين لازم في العيال يقولوا لك للاهالي الشخص ده بعت لي حاجة مش كويسة وكده. فطبعا ما تعاقبش العيل ده مش ذنبهم هم، ده الذنب اللي بعت. بس اهم حاجة تكونوا في حواروا، بعدين تبلغوا سايبر تيب لاين او البوليس على الموضوع ده، وتقفل مع الناس دول.
So again, we have information for you to take home after the presentation with phone numbers, emails you can report it to. You can call the local police department. We have a phone number to report things. So there's so many different ways you can report incidents that happen online. Things you should report, anyone who sends your child naked photos, nude photos, obscene matter. Anyone who asks your child to send sexual images. Anyone speaking to your child in a sexual manner, and anyone who asks to meet your child in person.
فتبلغوا ايه بالظبط؟ تبلغ البوليس او ليهم او للسايبر تيب لاين. اي واحد يبعت اي صورة بتاع شخص مش لابس هدوم عريان او فيديو او اي حاجة زي كده، او اي حد بيبعت للعيل ويقول اديني الفيديوز ده عليكي، يعني بتسجل نفسك، او الصور، او اي حد بيتكلم مع العيل بطريقة جنسية يعني، او اي حد يقول انا عايز اقابل العيل ده شخصيا. فلازم تبلغوا على الحاجات دي.
Okay, again, there'll be forms and information for you guys for after the presentation, and then we'll talk about emails you can report any crimes to. Detective Vasquez is now going to go over cyberbullying. We're going to touch on it a little bit.
ففي معلومات هنا على الترابيزة هيدوها لك بعد لما يخلصوا. بس هيكلموا دلوقتي عن البولينج اللي هم زي تنمر في النت.
As I mentioned earlier, cyberbullying is not something new, but it is now more common. And that's just because the way kids are communicating nowadays is with their phones, laptops, computers, iPads. That's just the way they communicate. Now, when I was younger, years ago, I didn't have a cell phone to talk to my friends. It was, hey, let's meet at the park, the neighborhood park, go play, and once it starts getting dark, you go back inside. But now these kids stay inside, and they're just talking through a screen.
فأيامها كانوا العيال بيتجمعوا مثلا في بارك أو في مكان ومتظلم كل واحد يروح بيته بس دلوقتي كل العيال بيكلموا بالشاشة.
When it comes to cyberbullying, whether you're a victim, a bully, or a bystander. So there's those three kind of different topics when it comes to cyberbullying. Obviously, a bully is the one, making these mean comments, saying these mean things about a certain person. And then you have the victim. But a bystander is somebody who knows what's going on between these two people. Maybe one of them is a friend, and they know about it. So it's important to pay attention to your children, and some things that you might see in them when they're a victim is they start to maybe shut off and maybe not want to come around family and friends as much, maybe staying closed, inside their bedroom. When it comes to being a bystander, you want to teach your kids that it's okay to speak up and they're not going to get in trouble or they're not going to be a snitch for helping their friend.
ففي التنمر الناس اللي بيعملوا الحاجات دي للعيال وفي الشخص اللي بيتأذي وفي الصاحب ولا بيتأذي ولا أي حاجة بس موجود فلازم لازم نشجع العيال يكلمونا على الحاجات دي وحتى والعيال قالوا لا أنا مش عايز حد يفتكرني حاجة وحش أنا بقول حاجة عن حد تاني لا لازم نشجعهم نقول لهم لا لازم تقولوا عشان الحاجات دي مش كويسة.
Like I mentioned earlier, the one thing that I want you guys to take away from this whole presentation that we give is communication with your children. Teaching them about those boundaries, the safe ones and what's crossing the line. Teaching them to come to you as a trusted adult.
For cyberbullying, it's not like how it used to be, right? Back in my day, years ago, it was in person. People picked on you in person. And sometimes you'd fight at school. Now it's all through the keyboard. It's all through the cell phone. So talk to your children. Make sure they're being the upstander. They're the ones sticking up for people or reporting things to teachers. Because now we know nowadays it's dangerous, right, at school. Kids can be mean. And it's a lot easier now on the internet to put it there, and it's there forever. And the victims of it, they could get depressed, have anxiety, they don't want to go to school. So teach your kids to be the ones sticking up for them and not being a cyberbully. And if your child is the cyberbully, talk to them. Ask them, why are they doing that? What's the problem? Are they being bullied? Because sometimes they are. So talk to your children, communicate with them that it's not okay to be mean. Online, in person, that's not how you raise them, right? So it is a big issue in schools nowadays because it's so easy to put it on the internet, put it on Facebook, and then it just spreads online and it makes it worse, right?
فالتنمر دي مشكلة كبيرة وكان أيام زمان كانوا بيعملوها يعني في الحقيقة بس دلوقتي كله في النت فلازم نشجع العيال يكلموا في الموضوع ده ولو هم اللي بيعملوا الحاجات دي لازم يوقفوا الموضوع ده لازم احنا دايما في حوار مع العيال ونكلمهم ونفهمهم ده غلط وكده.
Okay, so that's pretty much what we have for the internet safety portion for the parents. Again, there's a lot of pamphlets here to help you. There's some for Snapchat, Instagram, some for the younger kids. There's TikTok. Take some, review it even if they're not using it yet, because one day they will be, and you want to be ready to put the privacy settings on that you need to. and learn about it and get interested in it, and they'll appreciate that more and be happy to show you what they're working on. Make an account with them. If they play Xbox or PlayStation, play with them on the weekend and get involved, and then teach them, like, hey, that's a stranger, you shouldn't be talking to him, you don't know him, just so they don't try to meet people offline. Have that conversation, what to do if someone tries to meet them somewhere at Starbucks or at school. It happens, so talk to them about it. It's uncomfortable sometimes with some of the sexual talk and the nude photos they may come across, but you have to talk to them about it. Because if you're not talking to them about it, someone online is going to be talking to them about it. So I'd rather it be the parents or teachers than a stranger.
طبعا موضوع الجنس والحاجات دي والصور والمناظر في النت مش بتريحنا كأهالي يعني، بس لازم احنا نتكلم العيال برضو في الموضوع ده عشان يبقوا واثقين فينا احنا اكتر من اي حد بره. وكمان لو العيل بيقابل حد في النت وقالوا عايزين نقابلك بره مثلا في ستاربكس او في مكان بره، طبعا دي خطورة للعيل، ولازم احنا نعرف الحاجات دي ونوقف الموضوع ده ونكلمهم. مثلا نكون عندهم حساب معاهم اكس بوكس او حاجة، نلعب معاهم في الويكند، نعرف هم بيعملوا ايه بالظبط ونكون عندنا حب. وبعدين في معلومات هنا على الترابيزة تقدروا تجيبوها بعد ما يخلصوا.
So that's all we have for the parents' side. We'll open up to questions if anyone has any. Don't be afraid to ask. We will try to answer them as best as we can.
حد عنده سؤال هم يجاوبوا.
لو خدنا بالنا يا جماعة بس من الكلام اللي اتقال بريفلي، يعني الحاجات اللي حصلت دي كلها زي ما قالوا it's not our kids' fault. اوكي؟ يعني ده الحاجات دي بتتباب اب كده، مش اهم حاجة الكوميونيكيشن. هبقى كم داون مع ابني لو شفت حاجة هنا appropriate على التليفون بتاعه، اهدى اتكلم معاه، اسمعه، جات لك منه الصورة دي، جات لك منين، مش عارف ايه، انا صاحبك، انا مش عارف ايه، ونتكلم معاه. لكن تنشن كده وعقاب وبانشمنت ومش هاخد منك التليفون، هاخد منك التليفون for 2 days مش عارف ايه، والحاجات دي كلها ما بتجيبش نتيجة. بالظبط، تراست. لازم نتكلم معاك، مفيش مشكلة. I know it's not your fault. Just tell me what is going on. ايه اللي حصل، الصورة دي جات لك منين؟ أهم حاجة communication. نتكلم معاهم. التليفون دلوقتي من سن 2 4 3 years old everybody has a device in his hand. okay؟ فهو معرض للحاجات دي كلها. Even the YouTube، حتى even if we watching religious clips on YouTube in between بتطلع حاجات inappropriate. فالعيال أول ما يشوفوا لازم نعودهم، بابا I saw that، بابا I see this. okay؟ فلازم نتكلم معاهم with love, with يعني communication. And which I noticed from this session talk, they said the communication with the kids more than 10 times. So okay? خدتوا بالكم؟ communication with the communicate with our. أي سؤال يا جماعة؟ حد ليه سؤال بالنسبة للأولاد بالنسبة للتليفون؟ حاجة زي إن كنترول التليفون؟ اتفضل هنا.
Okay. So again, like I said earlier, there is software and technology to like spy on your kids, but it's not 100%. There's ways to turn it off, there's ways to hide things, and we've seen it. Suspects will teach them how to turn it off. So I think the best thing is to communicate with them about the apps they're using. If you're gonna look through their phone, don't make a big deal of it, like, let me see your phone. Just be like, hey, I wanna see, I know you're not the one doing anything wrong, I wanna make sure no one is reaching out to you that shouldn't be. But there are no apps or software that's gonna keep them safe. The safest thing is by you talking to them and have an open line of communication and discuss it with them. The location tracking, you can turn that on, but then so other people can see that too. So suspects can see their locations. If you're watching them, so can a suspect. So be careful with that and then the software you want to use. But I just say talk to them.
وصل هنا ولا وصل؟ أقول لك في apps كتير بس مش 100% بتحافظ على العيال. أهم حاجة نتكلم معهم، ولا شفت حاجة ما تقولش اديني التليفون بتاعك اشوف فيه ايه وكده وتخض، برضه تتكلم معاه ورينا اشوف ايه والحاجات دي كلها. اه. So they try to convince their kids to don't have a password in your phone, okay? But the kids told this is my phone, this is privacy, my privacy. You shouldn't ask me to put a password. So this is their fight about this. So what do you think? They should let the kids to put a password on the phone or what?
If they want to protect it from their friends opening it or anyone else getting the password, that's fine, but let them know you need to know the password also.
يقول لك it's okay انك تحط باسورد بس لازم تقول لهم لازم اعرف الباسورد بتاعك.
And again, tell them it's not because you don't trust them. It's you just want to make sure no one's reaching out to them trying to hurt them. You're trying to protect them. It's not
ده مش
them.
عقاب ليك ولا حاجه، بس انا عاوز انا خايف عليك وبحميك يعني من الحاجات دي كلها. اي سؤال تاني يا جماعه؟
So I have another question. Most of our kids, they are playing games, Xbox, PlayStation, or even online in the PC. So they play with a stranger. Most of these games you can play with other people you don't know. So my question here, if you don't share any information, sometimes we heard about strangers that they can hack in your computer and get your personal stuff. So do you think if they are playing with stranger without sharing information, is there a risk for anything or it's okay?
Again, that's when you should communicate with them that if something pops up saying to accept it, you'll get a reward to not do that, to show you. Because there are links where people are trying to hack into your computer or into your cell phone. And so teach your kid that hey, if something pops up and it says you've won a prize, you probably haven't. And don't touch anything, show me first, because it could break your phone. Tell them that way. It could mess up your phone and break your phone. Don't click anything. But that does happen. They'll send links. Like, we even get it as adults, right? Like, you've won a prize. You've won an iPhone. Click here. You shouldn't click it because they are trying to hack into your device. So teach your kids, show them, pull up examples online. Like, if you see this pop up, don't accept it and don't click it. And tell me right away.
2 weeks ago, my son he was playing in his tablet, in the YouTube, then or games I think. Then we hear her mom hear someone talk to him. Then she asked him, "Is this your friend?" He said, "No, I don't know. He's 5 years old or 6 years old." So what the best solution or what the best I have to do first to catch these people first is I have to continue let him doing with him until I call the police, or I have to do what? To catch this person. What his mom did, she just switch off the tablet. So tell me what the best solution I can do if that's happening again.
Report it to the website or the app. There's always a button to report things on a lot of these websites and apps. You can flag it, email them. There'll be some kind of communication on these websites you can reach out to. If it's anything criminal, reach out to us and we can investigate it. The best thing for your kid to do is turn it off right away if he doesn't want to be involved with it. But like your wife grabbed it or you grabbed it, if it is something dangerous or criminal activity, report it right away on the website. We get tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children through all these electronic service providers, all the apps and websites. When you guys report it to them, to YouTube, to Snapchat, they send it to the appropriate police to take care of it.
You can't
Yes.
follow up with.
Yes, as long as you report it. So report it to the cyber tip line or report it through the website or app they're using.
Thank you.
Like on the webcam? Like a... Can you understand?
If somebody has like Facebook or Google and they can watch anybody,
Like videos?
like video,
Like for bad or for good? Oh, no, Google companies want to do that. Like a computer or cell phone? Ways that you can maybe find out if you're hacked or not is like a virus, if your computer's slowed down a lot, if you get a lot of weird pop-ups. That's a way you can tell. You could take it to a computer company and they could try to see if you've been hacked. We don't really work on that. We do more of like the child exploitation part of it. Not sure. You'd have to get with your company, cell phone company, and try to figure out if they did send you a phone. Yes.
You can't reach us. What do you mean with reach us? Should we call the police, or are you an organization especially for the kids?
So depending on what it is, if it's something, a video you came across that you don't think is appropriate, you can report it to the company, the app or the website you're using, and they'll generate a report to send it to the appropriate police station. Now if it's something criminal-wise, like an adult is trying to get your child to meet in the city, or sending explicit photos that they shouldn't be, then you can contact the police and report it directly. And also the cyber tip line. But if it's something happening in the city and they're trying to meet your child, contact the police right away. But if it's something online you come across that you're just like, well, this shouldn't be on YouTube, report it to YouTube, and then they'll vet it to us if need be.
Is there another question? في أي أسئلة تانية يا جماعة عاوزين تسألوها؟
Feel free to come up and grab some of these informational flyers that we have. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Guys, we have another 5 minutes to pick up the paper, and then there's another session for our kids. So, okay? Huh? من سن كام? So for the second session, for which age? You can. Fourth or third or fourth grade and up هم ممكن يحضروا بس في حاجات يعني كده ايه يس خليهم يحضروا خليهم يحضروا نقعد امتى من هنا
صوتي رايح بس. Thank you.
قدامنا حوالي بتاع 45
Unit.
Yeah. انا كنت زمان انت جايب ايه وبي. انا كنت جايز يلا يا جايز بليز يلا شباب من غير مطرود. فين
No, I don't want to. Guys, anyone needs translation or you're all good with English? Yeah, I think we will be good for everyone.
All right, we good? Is this everyone? Okay. All right, kids. I'm Special Agent Monique Hawkins. I work for Homeland Security Investigations. You can say it's like the FBI, that kind of law enforcement, okay? We're going to go over some internet safety, and I'm going to let my partner introduce herself real quick before we get started.
Hi, everybody. I'm Detective Nayeli Vasquez, and I work for the Fresno County Sheriff's Office. And like she said, we're going to go over, we both work with the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. So we're going to go ahead and give you guys this presentation.
Now, participation is open, so if we ask a question or comment, go ahead and shout out your answer, okay? Don't be shy. You may get a prize or a goodie, so if I ask a question, just raise your hand and let me know, okay? Okay, like I said, we're going to go over online safety. I know we have different age groups in here, some elementary, some high school. Do we have any high school here? Okay. So bear with us on some things. Some of the younger, you might not know what we're talking about yet, but it's good to learn early, right? Okay, internet safety. Who has learned about internet safety before? Where'd you learn it at? You learned at school? How old are you? Okay. 10? Okay. So some of you have heard about internet safety, others you may have not, or you weren't paying attention at school. But we're going to go over 4 main topics today, okay? One is going to be inappropriate content, what you shouldn't be posting online that might get you in trouble. Second thing we're going to talk about is online privacy, what is okay to share and what's not okay to share and to protect yourself. The third thing we're going to talk about is unwanted requests, that if an older teen or adult is asking you to do something that you don't want to do. And the last thing we'll go over is cyberbullying, which I think most of you are aware of what goes on online with cyberbullying, okay? All right, what do you guys like to do online? Play games? What game? Like Minecraft, Roblox? What do you play? Okay, what do you play? YouTube? YouTube Kids or YouTube? Oh, okay.
What do you play? Roblox? Okay. You here with the red shirt? Roblox? Okay. What else? Mortal Kombat? Okay, so there's a variety of different games and stuff that you guys like to do online.
Older ones, what apps are you guys on? Don't be shy. We know what you're on. Yes. We're not judging. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, right? Okay.
Facebook? No?
Facebook's for old people?
That's for old people, I guess.
Okay. All right, so what we're trying to teach you guys is how to protect yourself online. No one's trying to take your apps away or your games, like it's out there. And we spoke to your parents about that they shouldn't punish you if someone else is doing something wrong to you, okay? So no matter what you're doing online, there's one important rule to remember: avoid the risk, okay? Risky things are sending mean messages to people, posting inappropriate pictures, talking to people you don't know, and visiting adult websites, right? So the best way to protect yourself is avoiding the risk by not sending inappropriate content and not talking to people you don't know. So seeing things you don't want to see is one of those risks. The internet has so many different things, right? You can search for anything nowadays. And you Google, there's funny websites, YouTube channels, TikTok. So what we're trying to teach you is what's inappropriate and what you should not be posting or viewing as a kid. Now, as you get older, that's up to you, but we're trying to teach you as a kid what is appropriate for you to watch online right now. Inappropriate things, adult activities, hate speech, risky or illegal behaviors, violence, pranks against other kids that are mean. What should you do if you do come across inappropriate content? Do you guys know? What do you do? Tell your parents, yes.
How about you in the back? Pink shirt. Tell your parents and then what? Switch the video, okay, yeah.
Turn off the screen and use the back button until it touches the button and report it to the website or app.
There you go.
Exactly.
You got all the answers, right? Okay, so yes, like you said, turn off the screen. For you younger ones, you might get scared. Turn off the screen. Go tell your parents. Tell a teacher, okay? Report it to the website or the app. Now, you older kids, you may see something that's funny or inappropriate, and you just click and go on to the next thing, right? Well, what about your siblings or your younger family members? Do you want them seeing that? Do you want someone to hurt them? So it's important for you guys to also report it, right? So it doesn't happen to them, because they're also online and on these games. So if you see something, report it to a website or to an adult. So now that you're older, you're not only seeing things online, but you're posting them too on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram Live. You're the ones posting it when you're older. So you need to make sure you're not posting anything inappropriate, because you can also get in trouble, meaning kicked out of school, kicked off sports teams, maybe some embarrassing photo, might not get into that college you want or a school you're trying to get into. So you need to be aware of what you're posting online and sharing. Things that you shouldn't be sharing, embarrassing things about you or other people, or revealing pictures, engaging in hate speech or illegal behaviors, and participating in pranks. Should we want the videos or no? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to watch a quick little video. This is Tad. He's a football player. So he's worried that his profile information he's been sharing might not get him recruited on a football team, because some of it might have been inappropriate, right? So let's watch this video.
Not the clown suit.
Sorry, buddy. I didn't resist.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Man, Tad, you look beat. Rough night?
Yeah.
Is that English?
Sorry, dude. I was online all night working on my profile.
For what?
You know how I'm trying to apply for that football scholarship? Recruiters and coaches look for all that stuff now, you know. I don't want to be turned down because I have something stupid on my page.
Yeah, okay, so I guess you deleted the whole thing.
No, smart guy, but I did change my profile name.
Yeah, I guess rather be sleeping isn't going to impress those coaches. What'd you change it to?
I changed it to Gridiron Man, pick it up, bam!
Whoa, settle down there, tough guy.
Sorry, dude.
And what about your list of extracurricular activities?
I know. I took off all that stuff about stealing the Cougars mascot. Oh, and switching the boys and girls signs in the bathroom.
No, that was funny.
Now I'm all about protein shakes and eat them 6 days a week. Welcome to the Gun Show. You can look, but you can't touch.
Oh, I'm not even going to comment on that one. Hey, and what about your blog?
My blog?
Yeah, so I guess you deleted that whole rant about Twinkies and Coke being the perfect meal. Oh, and remember that photo from Halloween? We had to dress up as a ballerina because you lost that bet?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, and remember that time you and I got caught because we were going
Man, everyone can hear you.
Everyone can already see it. It's on your page.
It's... Oh, yeah. Oh, looks like I got some changes to make. It's gonna be another long night. Gotta go. Thanks, Mike.
No problem, Gridiron Man. Good luck.
Okay, so he had to change his profile stuff up, right? Because he had some embarrassing things. Now, for the older kids, those are things to think about, right? Because I don't think the younger ones are posting stuff like that right now. But for the older kids, you may think, oh, it's funny. I'm going to put this prank I did. But once it's there forever. You think Snapchat disappears? It doesn't. People screen record, people screenshot it. It's there forever. So even though you think it's not going to stay there, it'll disappear, I put it on ghost mode, it's not. People will still save it and it'll be there. So be mindful of that. Remember to think before you post. Once you post something, you cannot take it back, right? So a good trick to yourself, ask yourself before you post it, do I want my parents to see this, or my grandparents, or teacher? If you don't, then you shouldn't be posting it, right?
So we're going to talk about online privacy, and this basically is the things that you should not be posting online. What are maybe some things you should not be posting online, privacy-wise? You forgot? Okay, somebody else. How about somebody right here in the middle 2 rows? What was that? What should you not be posting online? What kind of information? Your address, passwords, yeah, what else? Social security number, definitely. What else? Inappropriate things. Okay, video without somebody's permission. What up? Making bad videos. Okay, yeah, so passwords, home addresses, social security number, credit card, debit card numbers, all those things are your private, personal information, right? Maybe not your guys' right now, but your parents. You wouldn't want to give your address to somebody that you don't even know, and then them know where you live, show up to your house, and maybe cause some kind of, problems. And now it's not only you dealing with this person, but now your family members, maybe, putting your family members, brothers and sisters in jeopardy. Like we said earlier, right? Your personal information or any information that you post can spread very quickly because you don't know and you can't control what the person on the other side of their screen is doing, right? You have the control in your hands by not posting inappropriate or private information. Once you let go of that control and you hit send, and now it's in the hands of somebody else, who knows what they're going to do with that information, right? They can be trying to hack into your devices, or you can become a victim of some kind of scam where now they're trying to get money from your parents' accounts, or maybe if you have some kind of account, they're trying to get money from there. So that's why it's important to keep that private information private and not share it. Again, here you'll see some of like the personal information that you don't want to share. And then just kind of going over things that you guys already said, right? Not posting videos or pictures of your private parts, not sharing personal information, choosing appropriate screen names, accepting only friends that you know in real life. So avoid chatting or, becoming friends with people on Roblox, Minecraft, whatever other games that you guys play. Be friends with only the people you really know, your friends from school or maybe your family members. This way you can avoid, talking to a stranger and then potentially being a victim of some kind of hack or any kind of scam. This last one right here, don't make jokes that are threats, okay? We deal a little bit with that where, somebody might post online and they think it's funny, but we take all those calls seriously, whether maybe it has to do with a weapon or something inappropriate. You think it's funny, but really it can land you maybe in some kind of discipline within school or maybe having to talk to law enforcement. So just be careful, and like my partner said earlier, think before you post.
And for the younger kids who like to play Roblox or Minecraft, make sure you're only playing with kids you know, right? Kids from school, your cousins, your brothers and sisters. You shouldn't be talking to anyone that you don't know offline, right? If someone on Roblox, I played it, if they chat with you and you don't know them and they start asking for personal information, go tell your parents or a teacher, right? If they're asking for your address or your phone number or even your real name, then they don't know you and you shouldn't be talking to them. For the older kids, you are probably going to be talking to people you don't know, right, online. If they ever try to meet you offline, you should not accept that request. But be mindful of who you're talking to online. As an older teen or kid, you're more responsible. With the little kids, just don't give out any private information, right? Yeah. If they hack it, you have to report it to Roblox, okay? Yeah. Ask your mom or dad if you can chat with them or go on Roblox with them. It's up to your parents, right? But no one that you don't know should be adding you, okay?
Is there a way to know if something is a scam or not?
Ask your parents and show them what you've come across online, okay? And they'll be able to help you and tell you, because you're still pretty young, so I don't know if you would know or be able to figure it out, but go to your mom or dad and show them, and they'll be able to help you try to figure out if it's a scam, okay? All right, so now we're going to move from what you're doing online to who you're talking to, okay? So it's important to understand that there are some people online that don't have good intentions, right? They want to hurt you or get information from you. So you have the right to say no to inappropriate requests. Inappropriate requests may be you're chatting on video chat with your friends, and one of them jokingly asks, hey, lift up your t-shirt. Okay, that's an unwanted request. You can say no. Another example, a friend sends you an email or a link to an adult website they want you to see. You don't have to click that link, okay? It's an unwanted request and it's inappropriate for your age, right? What do you do if they do send you something like that? Block or unfriend them, report the behavior, or talk to someone. Talk to an adult if you get something. For the younger ones, if you come across something on a video or a game that you think is violent or a naked picture, show an adult and tell an adult, okay? And they'll report it to who they need to. For the older ones, report it to the website or the app if you come across something or someone sends you a link. Again, remember, not only are you protecting yourself, you're protecting the younger ones, because there are people out there who want to hurt kids your age or younger, all right? So just remember that. Some inappropriate requests develop into more dangerous relationships for the older ones. You could be talking to adults on a gaming system you use, Minecraft, Halo, anything live you're chatting with people. You don't know everyone, right? For the older teens. So if anything, any older teen that you think you're talking to or an adult, they shouldn't be asking you about dating you, ask for revealing pictures, or asking to meet you offline. If they happen to you, it's not your fault, and talk to an adult. We talked to your parents and we told them if you come across something, someone's asking you for naked pictures or they're sending inappropriate stuff to you, we told them it's not your fault, let them know, and they'll help you. They're not going to punish you by taking your computer away or your gaming system. They're going to help you report it to the appropriate people, right? For the younger ones, if anyone sends you anything, you report it to your parents and they'll talk to us, okay? I'll just skip this one. Okay, so we've all heard of catfishing, right? The older kids, catfishing. So most of the time, who you're talking to online isn't who you think you're talking to. Unless you know them in person and you go to school with them or their family, it could be an adult, okay? So little kids, the younger ones, you should not be talking to anyone, an adult online or an older teen that you don't know. It should be family and your friends from school. If you've never met them, you shouldn't be talking to them online. For the older ones, again, like I said, you play games that you talk to strangers with, right? For the girls you think you're talking to, it could be an older man, right? You've seen it. I know you've watched the TV shows or they have that. What we do in our line of work, that is what happens. And people become victims. Not only girls, it happens to boys. So don't think just because you're a boy, it doesn't happen. It does. So protect yourself and be responsible when you're online and gaming or on social media. Some people may try to meet you offline by flattering you and pretending they care. That's called grooming. So for the younger ones, if someone's being really nice to you, but you don't know them and you've never met them, that's called grooming, and report it to your parents. The same for the older kids. If they're giving you money for whatever it may be, Minecraft, anything online, the gaming systems, it's called grooming. You should report it. So don't trust anyone who tries to send you gifts through the mail, bus tickets, cell phones, webcams, turn you against your family and friends, make you feel guilty or ashamed, talk about adult things, or share or ask for revealing pictures. You have the right to say no, okay? And then make sure you report it.
She kind of already touched on this a little bit, but I think it's very important, and not only for you guys to learn, and we talked to your parents about it too, and kind of how to approach certain situations like this. So what you can do, obviously right here, block that person if you're chatting with somebody or through gaming or whatever other kind of social media, and that you start to feel uncomfortable, block that person. You don't have to, like she said, you can say no, and you guys should say no in a situation like that. Don't accept their friend request if they try to add you again. Don't agree to meet up with them. You don't know them, you don't know who exactly they are, you shouldn't be meeting up with them. And tell somebody, tell your parents, maybe a trusted teacher or another kind of a mentor that you may have in your life. Maybe it's another family member. Again, these are the kind of people, in the kind of situations that you want to report if they're sending you pictures or videos of themselves that are inappropriate, maybe you didn't ask for that, right? But they're just sending you these kinds of things. Definitely report it. If they ask for inappropriate pictures from you, again, you shouldn't be sending those kinds of pictures. And just because you send it on Snapchat, I know you guys use Snapchat, right? Because that's what you guys said. It's not gone, okay? It's there forever. Like I mentioned earlier, you can't control what the person on the other side of the screen does with what you're giving them. So just keep that in mind, and just remember that once it's online, it's there forever.
For the little kids who like Roblox, what are you going to do if someone messages you that you don't know? Report it? Go ahead. Go ahead. What? Yeah. Tell your parents, yes. Yes, tell an adult. So even if you're not comfortable telling your parents, maybe you're embarrassed, tell a teacher, right? Tell a family member, tell an older brother or sister, okay? And they're going to help you report what you have to. Be very careful with Roblox, right? Remember we said don't talk to anyone you don't know. It should be friends, family only. And if someone does keep messaging you and you don't know them and you don't like it, you're uncomfortable, report it, like she said, okay? And tell an adult. For the older kids, keep an eye out for your siblings or your cousins. You know about bad people, right? You're old enough to know who's good, who's bad. So pay attention to what they're doing online also. And for the Snapchat, like she said, there are dangerous people out there. Anyone can add you, right? I use Snapchat. They can add you. You think it's a girl from school, and then she starts asking for information. Take off, let me see your location. Be mindful of that. If you don't know the person, you shouldn't be sharing anything with them, all right?
What's up, Lo? Hey, girl, what's wrong?
Look, I just got like 5 of these last night on IM and 3 more today on my cell.
Whoa, who's sending you those?
It's your ex-girlfriend, Ken. She thinks you and I are going out.
What? Yo, I didn't tell anybody that. Okay, you and I both know we're just friends, right?
Yeah, I know we know that, but does she?
Listen, she should not be saying those things to me. Even if we did have something going on, which we don't. Well, I mean, unless...
Ken.
Lolo, just don't respond to her. Save the text messages, and if she doesn't stop, you're gonna have to tell your parents or something.
How did she even get my cell number in the first place?
How should I know? She probably swiped it from my phone.
Great.
This is why she's my ex-girlfriend, because she does stuff like this.
I know, but I hate being called names.
Yeah, but it's not like they're true. Look, don't let something like this ruin your day. Let's just eat. Sasha!
Show of hands, who knows what cyberbullying is? Oh, come on, I know more of you guys know what it is. Right? So, cyberbullying, for maybe those of you that don't know, it's bullying that doesn't happen so much in person, but all online, through a screen, calling somebody mean names, maybe posting some pictures that you may have of them, making jokes about somebody. That's considered cyberbullying, and we really don't know how somebody who is being bullied feels, cyberbullied feels, right? It can make them feel sad. It can maybe make them feel angry against whoever is bullying them. It could also, take them kind of isolate them from their friends at school or even their family members.
Okay, so who knows what to do if you're being cyberbullied? The answer's up there too, right? What do you do? Okay. No, that's not what you do. So bullying's not nice, right? Do you like it when people are mean to you? It's not nice, right? You don't want to make people feel that way. What you can do is speak up against it, right, and say it's not right. There you go. There you go. The answers are right there, right? So don't respond. Don't reply, because then they're just going to reply back, and it's going to go back and forth, right? Just ignore them. Don't respond. Block them from whatever you're using. If you're online, email, just block them. Set up a new account if it's getting that bad, right? And don't give them your account name, just only to friends and people you trust. Make a report. If they're talking about threatening you or harming you, now it's time to report it and tell an adult, okay? Tell an adult you trust. It doesn't have to be your mom or dad. You can go to a teacher, a cousin that's older, an aunt and uncle. We know it happens nowadays with kids online. It's easier to text message, right, than say it to their face when they're at school. So be mindful of it and help each other out. Speak up against it. If you see it happening, show support. So what are some things you can do if you see someone being cyberbullied at school? What? Yes, ignore them. But if you see it happening, help that person out. Sit with them at lunch. Send them a friendly message. Make them feel good, right? You wouldn't want to feel that way, so help your friend out or help that person at school out. Refuse to join in. Don't jump in and start bullying them too or making fun of them because they are bullying. Tell the bully to stop. Unless you're scared to do so or you're worried you're going to get bullied, then go tell an adult. But if you want, you can tell the bully to stop doing that and you don't agree with what he's doing. Now, we're all not going to like each other and be best friends. There's different personalities and things you guys like to do, but that doesn't give you the right to be mean to someone. Just because they're different or you guys don't agree with things, you shouldn't be mean to them. So don't post anything mean to embarrass them. Don't forward mean messages or start rumors, and keep mean comments to yourself, okay? So, like I said, be kind. If you are the cyberbully, are you being bullied? Is that the reason? Tell an adult. You shouldn't be bullying other people because you feel bad and you're mad because someone else is bullying you. Okay, so we went over quite a bit today, especially for the younger kids. I know some stuff you probably didn't understand, but you'll get there eventually with the technology. But important things to remember. Be careful who you talk to online, especially adults that you don't know. They should not be contacting you. Think before you post. Any personal information or inappropriate content that you might regret later, don't post it. Don't be a cyberbully. Tell an adult when you need help. We talk to your parents and we let them know again, if something happens online, it's not your fault. You're the child, and if someone's harming you online as an adult or an older teen, it's not your fault. And go to them, talk to them, communicate with them, and they're willing to help. We told them they shouldn't punish you by taking your cell phone or taking your computer, because it's not your fault, right? Show them that you're responsible and you know what you're doing online, and you'll get more leeway with them. Maybe they'll let you get another app you want if you show them that they can trust you. So for the younger ones, what if an adult contacts you online? What do you do? Tell your parents. Yes. And what if they ask you to send you your address? What do you do? Yes, and you don't give them the address, right? For the older ones, what if this hot 16-year-old girl you think you're talking to says, hey, let's meet at Starbucks after school? What do? Huh? Come on, I saw you raise your hand about sexting. You knew what it meant when they were talking about it, right? Yes, you don't go to Starbucks. Yes. Because especially with the older teens, you guys are smarter, you're more responsible online than the younger ones, right? So be careful with what you're going online and doing. Again, it's there forever, so think before you post, okay? So that wraps up everything, right? Yeah. We have a bunch of little goodies for you guys. Oh, hold on.
Hold on.
For the older kids, there is information about Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram. Take it and look at it. It tells you how to turn your location off, your privacy settings. It'll help you and help your friends from being scammed or exploited by an adult. And for the younger kids, since you were so good, you guys can get any goodies you want, and go ahead.
Remember, we got to share with everybody, okay? So take a couple things. You can get 1 or 2 things, okay?
Do any of you have questions for us? You can go ahead and ask us, okay, on the side. All right? Thank you, kids.
You gotta take it. It's a whistle.
Anybody have any questions? Okay, give them a round of applause. Thank you guys for coming. Just one each, okay? Sanitizer. Just one each. If there's extras, you can get extras. Just one each. One each.
That's a whistle. This right here, for everybody asking, it's a whistle. It's a whistle, okay? All right.
One each. Just one.
There you go. All right. You gotta take that one, all right? Don't put it back. Don't put it back.
One each. Take it and move out the line. Move out the line.
Here's the frisbee. Who's gonna catch the frisbee? Yeah, take it. You got that? You know how to catch? You know how to catch? You got it. What about a water bottle?
Water bottle. Let's move on. Darius.
Where's the frisbees?
There's no more.
Oh, the playing card.
Oh, get